Keep those feet dry, and for the love of God, stay out of the trenches, because we're diving deep into the wonderful world of gangrene, and things are about to get soggy. In an episode that will make you think twice about frolicking through puddles, Kristin is informatively infodumping her hard-earned wisdom regarding your favorite tissue death disorder. From the 3 types, to the different causes, to what can be done about it, she's covering all things gangrene, whether you want it or not. Also, we're breaking free from the confines of favorite colors, getting into the logistics of our surrogate hugging service, Hugs from Afar, embracing our wet little fronts in a new listener-inspired segment, and letting our gross girl personas shine in pizza secrets.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather, weirds of a feather.
All right, let's give it the old welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an ADHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Grace Beret.
And I'm your host, Kristin Stanhope. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Joining us from a new location.
Yeah.
Big things are happening here.
We have officially moved into Podloft 3.0.
I know. This is
our third rendition.
Our second basement.
Yeah, we're back in a basement, a
where
different
we belong.
basement. Yeah, but a basement.
Not your parents' basement.
No, my basement.
Your own basement.
Yeah, which used to be my parents' basement, but now it's not.
Yeah, it used to be your parents' basement, but now it is your basement.
My basement. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a nice plush rug. We'll post some pictures, probably, right?
Yeah, I took some pics of the setup.
It's still in the works, but yeah, we were having
there.
annoying static buzzing sound from our podloft upstairs. Christopher kept saying, "What if you tried it out in the basement?" We were like, no. It's a problem with
possibly be that.
No, it's a problem with the mics. It's a problem with the focus rate. It's a problem with the cords. Turn the lamps off.
Yeah, record in the dark.
Yeah. And then we came down in the basement and tried it out, and he was 1,000% right. And it was like dead silent down here. So we've reluctantly moved down to the basement, but actually it's very nice. It's
quite nice.
We got more space. Cooler.
For activities.
Yeah. We can move around.
We got new colors going on here with a different rug.
Yeah. Lots of colors.
New felt curtains.
Yeah. Yeah. We brought back the felt curtains, but we've upgraded them.
We missed the felt curtains.
Yeah.
You know?
And we know you guys did as well, even though you can't see us. We're hoping we will start some video content soon now that we have a bigger space to actually like
just
film ourselves properly.
Tidbits on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Don't get excited.
Nothing crazy.
You can get excited.
But it could lead to other things. Yeah.
We could eventually do full length episodes on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
If we felt like it. We'll see. I don't know.
We'll get there.
We'll see where this adventure takes us. But yeah, we're coming to you from Podloft 3.0.
Yeah.
We're excited about it.
I'm excited about it. This is nice. It's nice.
All right. Well, we're nice and hot and sweaty, but do you want to crank up the heat a little more in here?
Cranking it up. Yeah.
Cranking it up.
I've got a weird... It's not weird. I just have a weird question that's been bothering me. I got a warm-up question.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Is it okay to change your favorite color?
I've had this exact same conundrum that I've
really?
wrestled with.
I thought I was the only one.
No, I've wrestled with this because my favorite color growing up was always blue. Oh, Grace's favorite color is blue.
Same. I'm purple.
Yeah, you were always purple.
I'm not a purple person,
I'm
though.
green.
That's what I'm green.
I'm green.
We're both green.
We are green. Green is my color.
Green.
I love green.
I like green. I like to wear green.
Yep.
I like green on the walls. I like green plants. I like green.
Yeah, it feels nice to be surrounded
purple
by green.
People are a specific type of people. I'm not a purple person.
You were a purple person, I guess, growing up.
Growing up, I've changed.
Yeah,
probably for the worst, but
yeah, in some ways, yes, some ways, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Purple is a very, very specific type of person.
Yes.
Purple tights.
Purple people.
Purple tutu. Yeah. Had to get that out.
Purple is specific. I'm not purple. I like purple. I don't like to wear purple.
I feel like people who are purple people want to wear like all purple. They like really want to do it
and
big
they
with
look
the purple.
great. They embody purple because they are purple.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not a purple person.
I'm not a purple person.
Yeah, I'm not a blue person. Growing up, I liked blue, but yeah, over time, it's changed into green, and I had that exact same thought of like, I don't know, I felt like blue was such a part of my identity. Is it okay for green to be my favorite color
Can I move
now?
on?
And yeah, I mean, let's talk about the struggles of that, lost sense of identity, who am I now?
Who am I? What does it mean to be green?
What does it mean to take one step into this new identity? Like, what does that mean about you and, the new path you're headed on? I feel like it just, it goes so deep.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's very shallow,
My niece changes her favorite color every week.
I mean, if she can do it, why not us?
I know. That's why I'm like, I'm so emboldened by her. Because I'm like, if she every week it's a different color. She was on a big golden train once.
A golden train. She was on a big golden train.
Not really. But she did have golden was her favorite color for a while.
Very specific.
Raven black was the very specific.
I like it.
Not just black, but raven black.
Yep.
She was purple for like a second. She was rainbow for a while. What's your favorite color of rainbow?
That's like you get all of them in there. Kind of a cheat code.
I don't want to get technical with you, but that's multiple colors.
I will fight you. Well, here's a question. Do we even need to, are we backing ourselves into a box, to use a Kristin idiom, by even having to pick a favorite color to begin with?
That's true. I guess, I guess you could be like my niece and like all the colors.
Yeah. Do we even need to specify a favorite? Because I really like green. I like to wear green. I think it looks good on me. I like looking at green. But I also, weirdly, even though I'm not very girly, I love pink.
Yeah.
People wouldn't expect it from me. I have a whole pink office. I like being surrounded by a nice light pink. It feels nice. You feel like you're at a spa.
Yeah.
Just such a beautiful color.
I like orange every once in a while.
Yeah. The right, depending on the tone. I like an orange.
Exactly.
So I think we are making ourselves too small by even feeling like we're forced to pick a favorite, because then you're playing into hierarchies, and we don't really subscribe to the concept of hierarchies. So it's like, what if we broke free from this idea that we can only have one favorite color,
And
what
you
if we
can have a
freed
favorite
ourselves
color
from the
for
confines?
the time and the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too complicated to just say this is my color.
I agree. Unless you're like a purple person, a red person. You want to wear all that color. That's your thing.
Yeah.
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 All
okay.
right. I'm glad we're on the
well,
same
now,
page.
I'm glad I asked it, because I was like, this isn't even this is a silly warm-up question. But
look how deep that just
look
went.
At this. I'm inspired. I'm moved.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly warm.
I am also pretty warm. So let's move on into this episode.
Yeah. Right. You want to get into This Is Who I Am now?
I do. Ready?
You ready? This time it's different. Everything has changed. This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. Good. That was a nice long one.
Yeah, that was good. All that iced coffee really helped.
Yeah. You know what they say when it comes to singing is the longer the better. The longer the note, the stronger.
Hold it no matter what.
Yeah. Hold it even if your voice shakes. That's what they say, right?
Right. Grace.
Yeah.
Who are you now?
That was a fun one.
It was fun.
I am, to everyone's surprise, including my own, a Diablo player.
I'm so proud of you / so excited.
I'm proud of myself.
This journey.
I know. Ian got into it a few weeks ago, and
I've been telling you for so long.
I'm not going to try it on my own, though.
No, it's terrifying to do it on your own.
Exactly.
Christopher was like basically holding my hand the whole way.
Yeah. And I'm not normally able to do those types of games because I get so motion sick. So I kind of have written all of them off, where I can only play the truly like 2.5D boomerang foos, spider hacks, where you're like watching from an outsider's perspective. So I just didn't think it was going to be for me.
Yeah.
But Ian's been playing it. I was watching him play, and it wasn't making me motion sick. And so I was like, I'll give it a try. And now we play all the time. We played for like 3 hours together the other night. I'm staying up way too late.
Yep. It happens. I've been there.
And I'm having a great time. Ian and I like playing video games together, but we've never really been able to do like a fun adventure one together.
Yes.
Because I get so nauseous. So I really like kind of playing that style.
Yeah. Just to clarify, you're playing Diablo 4.
Yes, Diablo 4.
On Xbox.
Yes.
I didn't even know it was on Xbox.
Yeah, it's super fun. I'm the necromancer, obviously.
Obviously.
And I can raise flesh from the dead. And then I have a little army of, the undead who protects me.
It's fantastic.
It's incredible.
It's such a great game. We have Diablo 3. But obviously Christopher got Diablo 4 on PC. But we haven't played it together yet. But I played a little bit with you last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
It was super fun. I'm
Look
so
at me,
proud. I'm
video
so
game
proud
nerd.
of you.
Thank
what
you.
a nerd. Welcome.
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 I was very excited to tell you about it because I knew you'd be proud of me.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, Kristin.
Yes. It was like a yawn, but also inquisitive at the same time.
I wanted to keep you guessing.
Yeah, I am.
To this day.
I'm a farmer.
Oh.
Yes.
What are you farming?
Zucchinis. I just picked 2. So I think I left them in the ground too long, or not in the ground, but like growing for too long because they're giant. They're like the size of my arm.
I mean, what's wrong with that though?
I think they taste better when they're smaller, but I don't know. We're going to cook them. We're going to do something with them. I haven't decided.
Make them into the world's biggest pickles.
We need
a big vat.
Huge jar for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very surprised because it's, mid-ish July and I've already have 2 giant zucchinis. And the other day I picked a summer squash, which I was pretty surprised that was ready to go. We have a ton of tomatoes that are green. They're not ready to be picked yet. And then I have 1 big cucumber that I should have checked before I came down here if it was ready to be picked. But things are growing, and I'm so surprised. Like, the way when I look at a couple of my coworkers' garden, and they like have like a notebook and they plan it out, and I'm like, this is just not. I just bought some stuff. I planted it in the ground. I expected things to die. They didn't. They grew a lot. And I'm so impressed.
You're a scrappy farmer.
It's chaos farming is what I would call it.
I like that,
you
chaos
just
farming.
We're not planning things here.
Yeah,
There's no grid formulation. I'm just putting things in the ground and hoping for the best.
Hey, it's working out.
Yeah, so far so good.
Congratulations. You're truly living off the land.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
You're supplementing off the land.
Supplementing, yeah. I just have to learn how to cook, I guess.
Yeah, that's next step. That's what Christopher's for.
Yeah, Christopher can cook.
You're the farmer.
I'm the farmer. I grow the food.
Chef.
He will cook the food.
Yeah. That's a good arrangement.
But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm excited to go back to my garden to see what else is growing.
Doing big things, man. 30s are fun.
I know. Wild.
We are living
Who would
it
have
up.
thought? If I could talk to like my 22-year-old self.
God, can you imagine?
No, they'd be like,
you're what? You're excited about birds?
Birds and gardening?
Yeah.
You have chickens? You hate birds.
Hey, I'm happy with where we're at,
Yeah. It could be way worse,
Yeah. Absolutely. You could be a middle schooler right now. Can you imagine?
The worst. I don't even know how we
God.
survived middle school.
At least we didn't have the fast technology that we have now.
I know.
Like,
I
thank
feel
God.
so bad for the generation that's here today.
Imagine all of that being documented. Like, imagine having access to TikTok when you're in fucking 7th grade.
And just like the social media pressures.
Yeah.
I can barely get through social. I'm such a creep when it comes to social media. I like to look a lot, but I don't post ever.
Yeah. I mean, remember like getting bullied on IM? Remember how like
you
brutal?
were bullied more than I wasn't cool enough to be bullied.
Well,
That's how uncool I was.
I also think it was a thing where you were unaware that people were trying to bully you.
Yeah.
And in that sense, you were kind of unbullyable.
I completely agree.
It's hard to bully someone who doesn't realize they're
just
being bullied.
Like totally oblivious.
Yeah. It's not really fun, I guess, for the bully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did have more kind of those social dramas. I was bullied more than you.
You were bullied more.
Isn't that fun?
Well, because you were aware.
Yeah,
and, like,
I was aware.
I was just like off in a daydream
But
somewhere.
that sounds really nice. You know,
Yeah.
I wish I was less aware.
Yeah. Well, what you have to do is completely disassociate for about 3 years.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Let's start now.
Give it a go.
All right.
Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Try to
nice.
bully me now, fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move into our next segment, which is going to be Business that Someone Should Start, Just Not Us.
Just not us.
And isn't this Jane's song that she wrote? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Or we
and
go
we go
business. Okay,
business.
yeah. Business, 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 business. That was a good one.
This is great.
I remember the first time Christopher went to edit that song and like song, quote unquote, and put music over it. He was like, I can't find the song. Like he couldn't figure out where in the recording we were talking about the song. And I was like, oh, it's not actually like us singing. It's just us saying business a bunch in like a whispered tone. And he was like, oh, okay, now I see it.
I see how he would be confused.
Yeah. Like it's not really
Not
singing. It's
really
just kind of us
singing. It's like a
whispering and saying the
whisper,
same word over and
almost-
over.
Yeah. Almost in a melody.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah. Melody adjacent.
Mm-hmm. I've got a business. We already kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
It's called Hugs from Afar.
Love the name.
It's a side business off of the task tacklers.
Yeah. When they're not busy tackling tasks.
Yes. And this is a surrogate hug business where you can rent out a designated hug receiver
Ooh,
to
that's a good
receive
title.
all the, like, if you're going to an event
Mm.
and you're like, I know I'm going to be hugged.
Yeah, like by a bunch of people,
like-
like a family,
like a
reunion.
bridal shower.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And you're going to, I haven't seen you so long. So you hire this person
Yep.
and you can fill out, like, you know, do you want them to look exactly like you? Do you
Mm.
want them to be different from you? Do
Yeah,
you not
true.
care?
It could be like a video game avatar. Where maybe
you
wanna
basically
be-
pick your real life avatar,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna take those hugs for you.
Yeah.
It's and so your responsibility is being like, oh, here's my surrogate hugger.
Yeah.
I have to think of a name for the surrogates.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I
when
can't
you
say surrogate because when you say surrogate, people think you're gonna have a baby.
Yeah, you're right. And then
Mm.
it gets confusing.
Here's my surrogate. You can
my
hug them.
hug proxy. Yeah.
A hug proxy.
Yeah. Proxy hugger. We'll work on
Hug
the official
receiver.
title.
Yeah.
I like hug receiver,
Mm-hmm.
but it might also be a hug giver. So
Yeah.
is it just
so
receiving?
receive and giving.
Yeah. Do you just want them to play defense for you and
Yeah.
receive any incoming hugs?
or you want offense as well?
Where you're like, I really want to make an effort to connect with people physically
Mhm.
at this family barbecue. So my guy's going to go out and like hug everyone here.
Yeah.
He's going to take initiative.
And then they whisper in the ear, "This is from so and so."
Yeah.
This hug's from so and so.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
know that it's personalized. They can pretend it's you.
Yeah.
They
And
can
then
whisper like, close your eyes and pretend I'm Kristin.
Yeah. So they'll take on hugs. They'll
Yep.
give hugs for you,
Yeah.
and you don't have to touch anybody.
Mm-hmm. You can decide like what type of hug you want them to give. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, do you want it to approximate your hugging style? Same with
Right.
the avatar. Do you want it to be your same body type so people really can imagine like you're hugging them? Yeah. Or do you want to get crazy with it, and
Yeah.
pick a guy who's like 6'7"? And you're like, wouldn't that be funny?
Wouldn't that be funny?
Hug surrogate
Right?
is this giant person,
Exactly. And then, you can choose, do you, like, we're going to have professional hug surrogates, right? So
Yeah.
they're going to know, like, oh, this person's really close to
Mm,
my, the client. So I'm going to give like a good hug.
yeah.
Or this person, we're meeting for the first time. So this will be more of a side hug. They're going to be hug experts.
Yeah, they're going to
on
know.
How to navigate who
Mm.
gets what type of hug.
Yeah, we're not going to be training them because we don't know.
We don't know. And
We
we don't
need-
care.
We need maybe like a neurotypical who knows these implicit
Yeah, we're gonna
social
hire
rules.
our
A panel.
panel of neurotypicals.
Yeah.
A top team of social cue experts.
Yeah. Top team of typicals.
Yeah.
And they'll train them up real good. Train up our hugging surrogates. Yeah. And I guess they don't have to. I guess there's neurodivergent people who've learned the rules, but I don't know. I just feel like, we want to just.
In the neurotypicals, it's like in their blood.
Yeah, they just get it. They don't need to analyze how tightly should I hug.
You know what? We're also going to be the hugs from afar is non-discriminatory.
You're right.
So if you're
right.
a neurodivergent who's very good at social cues because you've learned, you've put in that effort, we'll hire you.
Yeah, we definitely don't discriminate. And you're right. It should be a panel of diverse huggers so they can all kind of come together like the UN almost, where they're all kind of coming together to make these decisions about how to train on different hugs.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe you're neurodivergent and you're like, I'm a weird hugger, but that's, I want my surrogate to represent me. I hug people for too long and too tight. And we could tell your surrogate, do that, make it feel realistic,
Yeah.
You don't have to use your surrogate to be more socially appropriate. You can just use it to avoid the hug yourself. However you want to go about that.
Exactly.
I think we got something here.
Hugs from afar.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about doing it virtually, but really that would just be a video of someone hugging.
No, you got to get that physical touch.
Yeah.
But
this is the way.
Like Rent the Runway, but it's hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be our tagline.
Yeah.
Rent the rugway. Rent the rugway. Rent the runway.
You got it.
But it's hugs.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to have to do is make a commercial.
We got to make a commercial.
We have to
for
make
this.
a commercial.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
But yeah, that's our business.
Yeah.
I'm excited. One day we'll start it.
Yeah. I truly think we have something here.
If you are like, sign me up to be a hug surrogate. I love physical touch.
Yeah.
One, reach out to us at weirdsofeather@gmail.com. We'll get you into our hug surrogate program.
Yeah. Our training program.
Yeah.
If you want to be a hug trainer, you're like, I know exactly how
I know
to
hugs.
hug people. I know hugs.
I know
when to give them, how
the
hard
pressure,
to give them. Yeah.
who
when
gets
to let
a back
go.
pat.
Yeah. Who's a little side hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to hug a child. How do you hug a child,
You don't.
We don't know. You don't. Yeah, that could be the answer. Yeah, we just don't know. So
don't know.
Reach out to us at weirdsofeather@gmail.com. And if you would like to hire this service, also let us know, because if we can build up a customer base, we'll know that the demand
we'll
is
put you
there.
on like a wait list.
Yeah, to get the
Once
surrogate.
we get our our LLC up, get all the financials, the backers, the hug surrogate trainers, the technology.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff.
The technology,
yeah.
We could create a network around the country and eventually around the world, where we're identifying these hug surrogates in each area. So instead of like having to pay to fly your surrogate there, we just know them in all the towns, all the biggest cities. We've got like a big network of hug surrogates.
Absolutely. Like, this is Jared. Jared's from Seattle. They can all have like little bios,
profile,
like
actors.
Yeah, or like not Love Island. Maybe Love Island. Did they do that on Love Island? The Bachelor.
Yeah, all those reality shows.
Yeah, and they like come out and they're like, yeah, this is Phil and he's 5'10" and he's an accountant.
Are you picturing the next bus? Remember when they would come off the next bus and they'd be like, I am Brittany and I don't come to play.
Yeah. And they can, like a little bio, a little something about me.
Yeah. Little sexist bit right here. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be sexist. It'd be like, and then be like, this is my experience.
I was thinking of the next bus. But in our situation.
Brings me way back. That's like old school MTV.
Right. So fun.
But yeah. And then they would come out and then you get like a full body view.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
360 maybe,
body
spin.
view. Yeah.
We'll get the technology.
Yeah. And then they have like a little, and I want to hear their voice too. So they have to do like, my name's Ken and this is my 3rd year as a hug surrogate or something like that.
Yeah. No uncles are getting past me. Yeah. I'll play defense. I'll play offense. I do it all. All right. I truly think we have something here.
Yeah.
And I think this could be very successful. I don't know how it will be received by the people who are getting a surrogate hug.
Yes.
I don't know.
But I think if we get our brand out there, then it's just like, people were unsure about Uber. They're like, I don't want to just like order a car online.
You're right. People always laugh at Genius at first,
Yes, exactly.
Because they don't understand
Once we get our brand out there and they're like, oh, this is a surrogate hugger. get me in there.
Yeah, we get it. And, if people aren't receiving it well, not receiving the business, not receiving the physical hugs, like physically receiving it well, it's like too bad, because the other option is that I don't hug you, Aunt Ruth, and I stand off to the side and I give you a little wave, and then won't that make you sad? Would you rather hug this woman, Becky, who you've never met, in my
Who's
stead?
like a professional hugger?
Yeah, and as you guys are hugging, I can kind of wave to you and be like, that's me. Pretend. Yeah.
Pretend that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
We're
how I
hugging.
feel about you. I just don't want to physically do that.
We're hugging right now.
Yes.
Also, Kristin, oh my God, not only could this be an in-person surrogate hugger, let's say you're in the hospital or you're disabled, you can't leave your home.
Mm-hmm.
You send the surrogate out even without you, maybe attached with a camera on their head.
Yeah.
They need a little video screen so people can see you, maybe on their shoulder.
Maybe they're studying abroad and they, and you just miss.
They don't want to miss their sister's baby shower,
Yeah.
So they send that, kind of like in Arrested Development where George Bluth is on house arrest and he sends his little surrogate guy out into the world to like interact with people. He's got like a little camera on and he's got a microphone so he can say whatever George Bluth says, So we could do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Yeah. We can make it accessible for people, where you can go to this party virtually. You don't have to physically interact. Unless you just want to stay home,
Yeah.
And you're like, I know I should go to this.
Not feeling well.
Yeah.
Maybe you ate something weird and you're like, I can't be away from a toilet, but I don't want to miss this.
Yeah, do it from the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the surrogates won't mind.
Maybe don't do it from the toilet, but
that could be an extra additional service that certain surrogates could choose to participate in or no. It's like, are you willing to take calls from the toilet? Yes or no?
Yeah. We'll have to ask our surrogates.
Yeah.
Because surrogate safety is our number one priority.
I agree. Yeah. We got to keep them safe.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you like this business.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go into the business.
Yeah. I'm excited for this business as well. I'm glad we worked that through. I think we got something here.
All right.
Should we move into our next seg, which is informative info
I got
dumps?
a dump for you.
Yeah. You do. A gross one.
A gross
you got
one.
A gross dump.
Highly anticipated.
Yeah.
I asked about it.
People are demanding this from you. Yeah.
Demanding. Because I mentioned it in an earlier one and I was like, I don't know if people would be up for an informative info dump on gangrene. And you know what?
Yeah.
A lot of people are for it, including, gotta look up her name.
Yeah.
Who sent me a lovely DM.
Cue the music.
Summer's almost here, which only means one thing.
Our rivers and lakes are drying up and the planet is dying.
But watch out, because wildfires aren't the only thing sweeping across the nation.
This summer, take a refreshing break from dwelling on the knowledge that the human race is hurtling towards extinction with cool new flavors like Watermelon Burst,
Pineapple Climate Crisis,
Apple,
Misogyny Mango,
Late-Stage Capitalism Lemon Lime,
and Cherry.
The koalas may be thirsty, but you don't have to be.
Fruitopia.
Watch out!
Stina Bella.
Stina Bella said yes.
She said, I vote yes for a gangrene info dump. That's word for word.
All right, Stina Bella, I'm blaming this on you. Thanks a lot. Because I'm looking through it real quick.
It's not just her, though.
I'm seeing the word pus a lot. I'm seeing
not a lot.
Fluid trapped in the tissues.
Yeah.
I'm seeing wet.
Yeah, there's some wetness involved.
Yeah.
But let's do our song.
Okay.
You're going to love it.
Right.
It's going to be great. You love this stuff.
Yeah, I do like gross stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
This is gross. And this is my job. So yay.
Yay.
So,
all right. Let's do that
ready?
song. Yeah.
This is our info. These are our dumps. Put on your headphones. Sit on your rumps. Learn about facts we really don't need. It's our hyperfocus as you can see. Yay.
Yeah, we did that.
We did it. We're learning about gangrene today. And you might say, wait a minute, did you mention this in a previous episode? And I did.
Yeah.
Because I gave a presentation on it. And I said, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it in an informative info dump about it. And people were like, yes,
please,
we
Kristin,
want
please.
it. I took a poll. It was not 100% yes, but it was very close. And so here we are.
I can guarantee that Susan said no, but Susan, you're getting it anyway.
Even Susan said she'd be okay with it.
Susan?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't figure you out, Susan.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
okay
She'd
with
be
gangrene,
okay with it.
not
She'd
okay
deal
with
with it.
not okay with cannibalism. Where's your line? Where's the line? Is cannibalism grosser than gangrene? I think
Sounds
gangrene
like a
is grosser.
poll question.
Yeah, that's a good poll
Yeah.
question.
I think it depends on the gangrene, and we're going to learn
It
about
depends on the
it.
cannibal.
Yeah, and you might be asking, what, you know, who are you to give a presentation about gangrene? What are your qualifications?
I don't know if anyone's asking that.
No, well, they might be.
All right.
And I want to say that my qualifications is I worked in general surgery / trauma for about 3 years in a rural community that was also very close to a lumber mill where there were a lot of wounds and a lot of big things going on. And then I moved back to Maine where I have spent over 4 years working in vascular surgery where there's even more gangrene involved. So
You love the stuff. Can't get enough.
it's not that I love the stuff. It's just that I'm surrounded by it every day of my life. And I just, everywhere I look, it's gangrene. And among other things.
Well, good thing your favorite color is green.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're
bad
going to
joke.
talk about it because there's different types, and I think it's kind of fascinating. And maybe that's just me,
We'll see. We'll find
but
out.
yeah. So what is gangrene? Because I think most people have heard of it, but do you know what it is specifically?
I don't really know specifically what it is. I just think of like rotting flesh.
Yeah, basically.
It's rotting flesh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tissue death due to the lack of blood flow or infection. Usually occurs in the lower extremities, but it can occur elsewhere. And it's usually caused, at least from what I see, it is caused by people who have peripheral vascular disease. So they have blockages in the arteries in their legs or their arms, but usually the legs. Diabetes, some sort of injury or trauma, or infection. And there's 3 different types. So the first type is dry gangrene, which is tissue death due to ischemia, which means no blood flow or reduced blood flow. This usually happens in the toes is usually where you'll see it. And they're hard and mummified in appearance.
Oh.
You have like some little mummified toes.
Whoa.
And you know what? This is usually stable if you keep it nice and dry. It's not like an emergency. You know, if someone shows up with like a black toe, you don't have to rush them off to the OR. You can usually keep that stable, and if you keep it dry enough for long enough, if it's like a little toe, sometimes you'll undergo something called auto amputation, where it will just fall off.
That.
So dry gangrene, we just slap some betadine on that thing. And when, the patient is ready to lose their toe or whatever, then we can remove it, or it will just do its own thing. And once again, it's not just the toes, but in vascular surgery, I usually see a lot of toes.
That sounds like the best kind of gangrene to
It's
have.
the best kind of gangrene. We love dry gangrene. It's the best kind. It's my favorite, personally.
Yep. We, as the podcast, we love dry gangrene.
Yeah, this official WOF statement, dry gangrene, the best gangrene.
Yes, our favorite kind.
We love it.
We love the stuff.
But what happens when it's not dry? Well, then it's wet gangrene.
Yeah.
So this is tissue death due to ischemia. So that's the lack of blood flow and infection, not just ischemia. So now it's infected. So usually it's in areas where there's edema, which is swelling in the tissues. So usually your lower legs. And this usually turns black. It's foul smelling. It's wet and goopy. And there's usually pus involved, but not always. What can sometimes happen is the dry gangrene can progress into wet gangrene. So if someone has dry gangrene, but then they wear a wet sock for a very long time, they don't keep that nice and dry. The bacteria can kind of get in there and fester, and then you have wet gangrene.
Can you just shower like normal if you have dry gangrene, as long as you really dry it off quickly, or do you have to work super hard to keep it dry?
I usually advise patients to, I think it depends on where it is, but I usually tell patients to keep it dry.
That makes sense.
Wash around the area with a face cloth, and then keep that area super, super dry with antiseptic. So I usually do some sort of iodine-based antiseptic if they can tolerate that.
All right.
So with wet gangrene, like we said, dry gangrene can progress to wet gangrene. It is a surgical emergency because it can, develop and grow and get worse. It can actually lead to sepsis, which is a whole systemic body infection.
Does it spread like super fast?
It not as fast as other things we're going to talk about.
Oh, good.
But it can spread. And so usually it is deemed like a surgical emergency. That being said, you're not like rushing them up to the OR like immediately when they first come in. You're gonna like take them within the next like 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
But it needs to be dealt with. It's not something where like dry gangrene where you can wait a little bit if they have other medical problems that need to be dealt with first. So yeah, the last, or not the last, but the next gangrene is gas gangrene.
Cool. Glad there's so many types.
Yeah. Well, it is the last but we have other things we're going to talk about. So gas gangrene is tissue death and infection specifically caused by the bacteria Clostridium perfringens.
Wow.
It's a type of necrotizing infection, which is an infection that grows by the hour and not by the day. So this is a surgical emergency. And you really need to get this person in quickly because you'll check on it and then an hour later it will progress up the leg.
Holy shit.
It's pretty bad. There are plenty of pictures online. If you're
Susan, don't you dare.
That you can look at. And it's really a diagnosis based on physical exam because you can see what will happen is that bacteria will release a gas as it's growing. That will lead to like subcutaneous air underneath the skin. It's called crepitus.
Whoa.
And you can even see that on X-ray or CT. Not that you need to get either because you just look at the foot and you're like,
this is a problem.
This is a problem. So, yeah, you really don't need to get any imaging for that, but you can if you would like to.
Does it look gaseous?
It looks like there's gas underneath your skin.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's like all bubbled up?
Yeah, it's bubbly.
Whoa.
and it's not just underneath the skin. Sometimes it's underneath like the layer of fat underneath.
Oh, God.
That, yeah.
Did that thing blow?
No, because it's like
trapped in there.
Trapped in the tissues. Yeah, like in between each individual cell.
Okay.
So it's not like a pocket. Like an abscess is a pocket of pus, right? So you don't have like this pocket of air. So when you pop an abscess, it kind of.
Oh.
But with this is different. It's very like boggy feeling. And these patients who have this are sick. They're sick boys. And so they need surgery within hours because it will grow. And they usually need more than one surgery because they usually cut as much as you can out. And you usually need to take them back for like what we call a washout to like get more things out.
That's so terrible.
Yeah, it's really it's not a good situation.
Sucks.
But yeah, so we briefly touched on, so now we get into like other considerations, like other types of like gangrene that kind of can be classified within those three.
Yeah, tell us those gangrenes.
So there's something called necrotizing infections, or some people have heard of necrotizing fasciitis or flesh-eating bacteria. It's a rare but severe infection of the soft tissues. Fasciitis is like the subcutaneous tissues in the fascia. There's necrotizing cellulitis, which is like the skin. And then there's necrotizing myositis, which is a necrotizing infection of the muscle. And those are infections that grow by the hour and not by the day.
How do you get those?
So it's tough. You usually have, some sort of comorbidity, like diabetes is associated with it. It could be just I've seen one person get it because they had like a pimple that they couldn't get.
Oh, God.
And it was like on the back and they couldn't get it. And they like went to the emergency room like 3 different times and it just got worse and worse and worse. And then it just like turned into like this thing that was like uncontrollable.
Oh my God.
But it's a pretty severe infection. It leads to tissue death and gangrene, like we talked about. It is absolutely a surgical emergency. Like this, antibiotics won't cure this infection because it's actively causing like tissue death and you just need to cut it out, which
So this comes
Sucks.
before the gangrene?
This is a
Or
so
it
this is a necrotizing infection, which is different from gangrene. But gas gangrene is a type of necrotizing infection.
Okay.
Specifically, gas gangrene is caused by the Clostridium perfringens,
Ah,
but
yes.
necrotizing infections can cause that tissue death and gangrene.
Mm.
They're classified by like the rate of which they grow and
Okay.
stuff. And there's a couple different types. So type 1 is what's called polymicrobial. So it's made up of lots of different bacteria. So you can have your streptococcus, your staph aureus, your enterococcus, all those fun guys. And type 2 is monomicrobial, which from what I've seen is not always, but almost always MRSA, which is a or methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. And those are necrotizing infections. This is another special consideration. Fournier's gangrene. Have you heard of that?
No.
No. Fournier's gangrene is a term for gangrene of the genital and perineal area, which is like your gooch, which can sometimes happen. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Didn't need to
because
say that.
it's pretty bad. I don't recommend looking up pictures of that. I've seen it twice in my life. I hope I never see it again. It's pretty morbid. Patients
That's rough.
who survive this are altered for life. It's a horrific thing to go through.
Jesus.
If you survive.
And
then trench foot. Have you heard of trench foot?
I have.
Yeah. So in World War I, there are a lot of this term came around in World War I. The soldiers were in the trenches, literally. They're standing in cold, wet trenches all day. Their feet are never drying. So that the coldness, the wetness decrease the amount of blood flow, leading to ischemia, and tissue death and infection, and you guessed it, gangrene. So trench foot, it doesn't always mean that there is gangrene, but it can lead to gangrene. And you don't have to be in World War I in a trench to get trench foot.
No, you have to be.
Yeah. You can get trench foot from I think I watched a documentary on this girl who was hiking in the Amazon forest, and it was just raining all the time, and she could never dry her socks out. And so she didn't lose any toes. She didn't get gangrene, but she had the wet, almost desiccated tissue. And so she had to build a fire in the rain to try and dry out her socks, to dry her feet off. And so she was dealing, and I'm sure it's painful to have wet, cold, ischemic feet all the time,
You're just hiking all day, every day.
Yeah, it was.
Not for
I
me.
forget what documentary that was, but yeah, she was having a rough go of it.
Yuck.
So keep your feet dry.
Yeah.
And this was. I don't have any advice on how to avoid this. That's a different topic for a different day. I think. This was just kind of informative, different types of gangrene. Did you know there was 3 different types?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I know that now.
I know. Now we know.
Yeah.
Now you have a favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dry gangrene, my favorite.
Same.
My
Twinsies.
favorite.
Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. No
Yeah.
need to get into this, more specifics.
Yeah, let us know your favorite type of gangrene.
Yeah, exactly. Write in at Weird to Feather. Or maybe I'll do a poll.
Yeah.
Which type's your favorite?
Yeah.
I hope this wasn't too gross for everybody. I tried to keep it as light as possible.
Yeah.
And it's just, I surprisingly see a lot of this at work, as far as gangrene, and now you guys all know. So yay!
Now we can think about it.
Think about it.
Think
yeah,
of you,
I hope
Yeah.
David's probably falling asleep to this right now.
Yeah. Have some sweet dreams,
Yeah,
David.
and the rest of you can think about this for the rest of your day.
Yeah,
you're
so
welcome.
Keep your toes dry and don't get gangrene.
Yes, check your feet daily.
Yeah.
Especially if you're diabetic.
Yes. Stay out of the trenches.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're in that trench, make sure you have some dry socks in there.
Or just get out of there,
Or,
why are you in a trench, Get out of that trench. And if you are thinking of hiking through the Amazon in boots, don't
do it.
Just don't.
Or bring maybe some sandals.
Yeah, maybe spend every other day airing out those feet.
Air out your feet.
Get some slides.
Take care of your feet.
Yes.
If you don't have your feet,
you don't
There's
have
plenty of
anything.
prosthetics you can get to do
Yeah.
that. So this is okay.
Yeah, it's
it's
not
okay.
life-ruining.
You don't need to you don't have to have feet, but
There's lots of mobility
Yeah.
devices available. But it'd be
Exactly.
easier if you just kept the
Yeah.
mobility devices you have, which are your feet,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's nice to have feet.
Yeah. Yeah, not a requirement, but it's nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I feel blessed.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's my informative info dump.
All right. Well, I learned quite a bit about gangrene, Kristin, but I think we have to pivot because it's time for alternative segments.
Woo!
Alternative
Segments.
All right, on this week's alternative segments, we're doing pizza rolls. Pizza rolls. This segment came to us from a listener named Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Yes, thank you for emailing in, Greg. I was very excited to see your email. When I read it, I was like, oh, pizza rolls. Duh.
Love them.
Another form of pizza, you know,
Yes.
that we can do as a segment. So Greg's suggestion was, he said, it's like a bagel bite, but it's a pizza roll. A little segment to share something that could have thrown off your day, but it didn't because you rolled with it. He also ended it with, you two are the fucking best.
Oh,
thank you, Greg. It's also kind of exciting to have, you know, to hear from a male listener.
Yeah.
I feel like most of our listeners, you know, we got David.
We got
We got
David.
Ian. We got Ross, obviously.
Russ.
We got a few other people.
We've got Wood Coast Designs.
Yep,
Writes
yeah.
in all the time.
Yes,
We
he's
have
a...
Heaven Sent One also
Yep.
writes in.
Does he listen or does he just participate in the polls?
We don't know.
Never know. These men, Justin,
Don't
Peter,
know.
they just want to get in on the glory of the
I
polls.
know. You've got to put in the time
gotta
and
put in the
listen to
work.
the episode
Yeah.
because then you don't know what we're talking
You don't
about.
have context. I know it's difficult, but I know it's a slog, you know?
You know, it's
But-
like 40 minutes of your day.
Yeah.
Sometimes an hour.
And don't you guys like hanging out with me and Kristin for an hour? You know, like, isn't that fun?
Yeah, you can even put it on 1.5 speed. It's
Yeah.
less than an hour.
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
Type
Problem solved.
43, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, we do have some male listeners and we appreciate you out there, we appreciate everyone. We appreciate
Yeah.
all our listeners, you know? But it was just exciting to hear from a male listener. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
good suggestion.
Thank you, Greg.
So thank you, Greg. And we are going to do your segment idea of pizza rolls. So,
Yeah.
Kristin, what is something that happened to you that could have thrown off your day, but it didn't because you rolled with it?
I
Pizza rolled with it.
rolled with it. So I had a patient come in who was like over an hour late for her appointment. And I'm
God.
my clinic's very hectic. I only have 1 day a week of clinic. And
Mm.
the rest of the time I'm like either in the OR on the floor. And I try to squeeze as many people as possible in there, but it's just like bananas. Like I said, there's a lot of gangrene. There's a lot of wounds. There's a lot. And she was over an hour late. And I was like, I can't believe you even like bothered to show up. I got so mad because I'm like, I'll see anyone any time of day. I need you to show up for your appointment. But like over an hour late, like really, it was like a 20-minute appointment. And I get in the room and I'm like, whatever, I'll see her. And then the second I get in the room, I like recognize her face and I realize she's blind and takes the bus. And so I'm like, oh, the fact that she even like got here at all.
Yeah.
And she was delightful. It like made my day. So I kind of like,
Oh.
I was like reluctantly rolling with it and then it got better.
All right. Well, there
Yeah.
you go. You
I don't
gave
know
it
if
a
that like
chance.
counts as a pizza roll.
I
but
think that's a pizza roll.
at first I was very unhappy, but then
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe that you like made it to the office. So
Yeah. And isn't that interesting how a little perspective can totally change?
yeah, it did make me kind of
how you
like
look at
wake up a
things.
little bit and like maybe I should have a little bit more forgiveness for my patients.
Forgiveness.
One, I feel like I have a lot of forgiveness because one, I was going to see her anyway, no matter what. But I just wanted to be mad about it.
Yeah.
And then
get
when I
that.
saw her, I
you
was
feel
like,
righteous in your anger,
yeah.
you know?
But then I was like, oh no, I can't be mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good for her for
Yeah.
making it to the appointment.
Yeah,
Blind on the bus is,
blind on the bus. Yeah,
I would be so lost.
yeah. She said she had like the bus driver just let her know when she was when
Oh.
the stop was there.
You sign up for that app, Be My Eyes, where a blind
No,
person
but
can
I
like
heard
call
about it.
you and you do something for them that requires sight.
Yeah,
I want to sign up for it.
I do too.
I think that's cool.
I've got great eyes. They can see
My
lots
eyes
of
are
things.
okay, but I can see a decent amount of
I
things.
can see a decent amount of things, including color.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm like pretty. I can I think we both would be really good at that because we can see things a lot.
We can see things quite a bit.
Mhm.
And I'd be happy to help, that'd be so exciting.
Yeah.
If they're like, can you read these instructions for me?
Yeah.
Like, please.
Absolutely.
Yes, gladly.
They're all pictures.
yeah.
They're like the IKEA picture instructions and you're
Oh,
like,
God.
oh no.
Yeah, see, that one I
I
could
don't
not
know.
do. I can't do it myself with full sight, so I don't know how to help you. Yeah, I think that is a good pizza roll, and I like
Yeah.
that. Good job.
Yeah. What's your pizza roll?
All right, mine's a little more general,
Mm-hmm.
but just in life in general, I've really learned to just roll with my daily dribble, which you can see on
you
my
already
shirt.
have one.
An example right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dribbled during your gangrene episode. I was
Yeah.
drinking my tea, dribbled right down my front.
Because it was so shocking.
Yeah, I was like, dribble. Yeah.
Dribble.
But I've kind of just embraced, instead of getting upset about it, instead of being embarrassed, I've kind of embraced, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. I'm just a person who dribbles my drinks. And
I watched a TikTok that AuDHD coach.
yeah.
She said that constant dribbling might be a sign of hypermobility.
Interesting.
Mhm.
All right. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. I've been wondering if I have that type of hypermobility where you're not actually like super flexible, but it's still affecting your tendons and everything.
It's almost like your proprioception is off. And we
Yes.
we had a physical therapist write in who, remember the physical therapist who wrote in?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm like forgetting her name. Who said she deals with kids with ADHD and they have the worst proprioception. They just like don't know where their body is in
Yes.
space. So maybe that
That
your-
is me. I have
your
trouble
deal.
judging like distances, weights, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I just I'm not paying attention a lot of the time when I'm taking a drink. I'm kind of like paying attention to other things. So I'm not super focused on it. And then I just get a dribble down my front. But that's just who I am, and I'm really not embarrassed about it anymore.
You know what you should do
Yeah.
is wear low cut tops
Mm.
because then you'll just dribble on your skin and you can easily wipe that off.
But then I have to wear low cut tops.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't want to do
but-
that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it'd be sexy.
You're just trying to see my boobs.
I know. It's worth a shot.
Nice try. I'd rather have a wet little front, And that's my brand. Is just wet little front,
Oh no!
Yeah, I said it.
Merch coming to you.
Yeah.
this summer.
Yeah, wet little fronts. It'll be like it'll be a shirt with just a little dribble in the front. That's always there. And they're called wet little fronts.
I hate this. So
I love
much.
it. It's happening.
It's happening.
The Grace special, Yeah. So I feel like I've learned how to just kind of pizza roll with my little dribbles, and I've accepted that
I think
it's
that's a great one.
part of me.
I don't like wet little front.
I like wet little fronts. WLFs, wet little fronts. All right. Well, thank you, Gregory, for writing us in. I don't know if you like to be called Greg or Gregory, so I'm going to call you Gregory because it sounds fancy in this DJ voice. And this has been Alternative Segments. Alternative Segments. I really like doing that DJ voice. It's really fun.
You're very good at it.
Thank you. I am pretty good at it.
You really should just become a DJ. You already have the voice.
Should I become a DJ? Like a morning disc jockey, you think? Like a morning, what are they called? The Zoo or whatever? Morning show host?
No, I think you actually need to be in the clubs spinning discs.
You want me to be spinning in the clubs?
Oh,
I was thinking.
Yeah, I guess you could do a morning show.
I was thinking
deal.
a morning show DJ.
Yeah, you've got a great voice.
Then I got to do the voice like this, and then I'll
Yeah.
have to go to clubs. I don't want
Yeah.
to be in a club.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you don't like clubs.
But also morning shows, you have to wake up so early.
Yeah, maybe you
I don't
could
wanna
be a
wake up too
nighttime.
early.
Hey, it's
Ooh, thank you for joining me.
yeah, Grace at night.
Ooh,
Welcome.
Sailor's Delight.
On to Denise with the traffic.
I could see it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Radio stations, get back to me.
Yeah,
Let me
we'll
know.
have to call our local radio station.
I could learn lots of fun little buttons like, huh,
Yeah.
Wah, wah. No. I don't know.
Pew.
Bow.
Yeah, you need
What's that?
yeah.
I'll do lots of fun buttons. I got a
Yeah.
whole career ahead of me.
I think that's great.
All right, Kristin.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're getting ready to head towards the station, but
Choo choo.
oh, I hear something moving towards us in the far distance, approaching closer by the second. Those clops are strong and mighty. They're coming
Clip,
this
clop,
way.
clip, clop.
Wow.
Clip.
Look how loud that horse train is. He's blasting full speed ahead. He's coming towards the station. But first, look at what's that? Seems like he's caught a smell upon the air. Looks like he's taking a stop at the he's taking a big sniff, taking a stop at the old pizza shop because it is time for Pizza Secrets. Our best one yet. Thank you for the sound effects.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh,
should we do
man.
our Pizza Secrets song?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
let's do
yeah,
it.
yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Pizza Secrets, tell me your secrets. Pizza Secrets. Oh, yeah.
Pizza secrets.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Per usual, Pizza Secrets is like a little shitty thing that you did or something shitty that happened to you that you really don't want other people to know about. But here we are
Talking about it.
Taking
the shame out of shitty little things
Yeah.
that you have done or that have happened to you
Mhm.
or embarrassing situations, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cathartic. It's nice.
It feels good to let
And-
others share in your shame, you know?
Yeah. We
Share
heavily
the
encourage
load.
you to write in if you have any pizza secrets you want to share. We'll share them anonymously. We won't share them at all if you don't want us to share. If you just want a pizza secret among friends,
Yep. We'll keep it in our hearts.
write them on in. We love to hear from you.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Kristin.
Mm-hmm.
You just came up with this idea for your pizza
On
secret.
the spot. Yeah. It just came to me. I can
Yeah.
never think of a pizza secret
Yeah.
except for right now.
All right.
Right
well,
now.
I'm excited. And now. All right.
This one's called nurse communication.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I share? I am sharing.
Will you share?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I'm
actively sharing?
I'm actively
You're in the
sharing
middle of
right now
sharing?
as
Okay.
we speak.
Well, continue sharing, please.
Okay. This one's called nurse communication.
Okay.
As I've said before, I deal with a lot of gangrene at work.
Yep. As you
And
said.
sometimes when we have a patient who has some dry gangrene and I'm trying to like communicate to the nurse like what I want them to do about it, especially if it's a new nurse, I'll go up to her and I'll say, because you know how we talked about auto amputation?
Yeah, where
Mhm.
it falls off.
It just falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go, hey, like this person this person has dry gangrene. What I would like you to do is this is the dressing change you're going to do, like, blah, 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 blah. And then I go, if you look and the toe isn't there, just check the bed sheets because it would probably be in the bed sheets. And then I'll walk away and they'll just be like, what? It's the best thing. It's so gross. And has that ever happened to me personally? No. But I used to work with a surgeon who used to do that all the time to the nurses. And now I've picked up on his bad habits.
All right.
It's so funny. They hate it. They hate when I say that. Even the more experienced nurses is like, I'm not checking the bed sheets.
You got to have fun where you can, you know?
It's so funny.
And what would be worse, hearing that or not getting a warning and going to change someone's dressing and
And
you're
they're
like,
missing a toe.
there's one less toe here than there's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Then
Problem
you're like,
solved.
shit, I'm in trouble. I lost
Right.
this man's toe.
No, you just check the bed sheets.
You know?
It's in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice to
Yeah.
have a warning instead of them like
Yeah.
freaking out. Where's this toe? You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, check the bed sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right.
Usually, that's never actually happened to me before, but I like to say it just for funsies because I am a little piece of shit.
That is
Yeah.
fun, Kristin.
And our nurses work so hard, and here I am just bullying them.
That's
but
not bullying them.
It's just a little fun. It's funny.
It's a
I think
little
it's funny.
fun.
They don't think it's funny, but
Little
I think
hazing.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if funny is the word.
Well, they're the ones picking the toe out of the bed sheet, so
yeah, probably
probably
less
not.
funny for them.
probably not as funny.
More
for
funny
them.
for you, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you spent a little bit longer in med school, you know, so you could have the
PA
power.
school.
PA school. Medical school, whatever. You know?
I got my master's.
Yeah, there you go. So then you have the, you know.
Now I get to have a
you're the
little
one,
fun.
You're the one warning them about the toes. You're not the
Right.
one finding the toes.
Yeah.
You know?
And I've worked my way because I used to be a CNA, a certified
Yes.
nurse assistant.
Yeah,
So
you started from the bottom.
I was in the bed sheets picking out the toes.
You were
So
in those bed sheets.
started from the
searching all
bottom,
around.
and now I'm here.
Yep. Warning people about toes.
Yep. Here we are. Full
Cool.
circle.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's
All right.
my shitty little pizza secret.
love
'cause
it.
I'm a mean girl.
You're fine.
Yeah. Grace.
Yeah.
What's your pizza secret?
All right. Well, since we're already getting real gross with this episode,
Yeah.
let's keep this horse train running
Yeah.
and keep it
I love
gross.
it.
Okay.
We are gross girls. Did
Yeah.
you know this?
We are two gross girls. Yeah. You're just finding this out now.
Yeah.
I know you couldn't tell by the other 100 episodes. We're pretty gross.
We're pretty gross.
So my pizza secret is called I Dare You. So this is in honor of my family friend Owen, who passed away from brain cancer at age 15. He and his family had the camp down the road from us.
Lake House.
Yes,
Camp
Lake House.
Maine.
Yes, Lake House. They had the house, a few houses down from us. Owen was Lily's age, so he's 3 younger.
Sister Lily.
Yes, he's 3 years younger than me. And Eric was about my age. So it was the 4 of us, and we would spend every summer together, hanging out at camp, going on the lake, blah, blah, blah. Owen got brain cancer when he was 8. So part of that, he was in chemo a lot. He was on all these medications and he had a very sensitive stomach. And we would go out for lobster when we were up at camp because we're in Maine, summer, lobster. And Eric's friend Charlie was also up visiting him.
Okay, so it's you.
Yep.
Owen.
Yep.
Owen's brother, Eric.
Yes. Sister Lily.
Sister Lily.
And Charlie.
Friend Charlie.
Yes. And then the adults. The parents were there
we
as
don't
well.
Care about the adults.
No. The adults were there. But yeah, we were probably in middle school. We're outside at the picnic tables waiting for our food. Or no, I guess we had just eaten. And Owen would always get a hot dog because he didn't like lobster. So we all got lobster. Owen was getting a hot dog. And, because boys are gross, Eric and Charlie were daring each other to eat things I dare you to eat the lobster's eyeball, that type of thing. The green stuff that comes in the lobster.
The tamale.
Yeah, I was I dare you to eat.
My grandma would eat that all the
Ew.
time. Yeah, she said it was the best part, but I think she just grew up in the Depression.
She was just hungry. Ew. Yeah, so they were doing that type of stuff. And we were all kind of daring each other to do gross or silly things. And, Owen, he didn't ever let the cancer thing slow him down. So he always wanted to just be included.
No, he's an active kid.
Yeah, he always wanted to be included in everything we did. He was always out on the tube, making the parents all scared. He just loved to do all these kind of wild things with us and did not know or care about his own limits. And so to get in on the fun, he said, "Hey, Grace, you should dare me to eat this straw wrapper, the little paper straw." And I was like, all right, fine, Owen, I dare you to eat that little piece of paper. He ate on the tiniest little piece of paper, maybe an inch worth of straw wrapper, ate it, immediately started vomiting everywhere. And he had orange soda.
No.
He had orange soda and a hot dog. Yes.
Oh, frothy hot dog vomit.
Yep. And he was vomiting everywhere. Orange soda everywhere. Hot dog chunks everywhere.
It was the straw wrapper that broke
Owen's
stomach lining.
Yes, I guess so. And it was I've never seen someone projectile vomit in such a horrifyingly comedic way. Yeah, and I was oh, Grace, why'd you do that? I was he told me to. He said, Grace, dare me to eat this. I don't know. I figured
the whole time he's why'd you do it, Grace?
Why would you do this to me? And then I look like a monster,
monster.
He's medically fragile.
He's just a child and medically fragile.
He's sick, Grace. He dared me to dare him. I was taking him up on a dare.
He probably knew. He's oh, I'm going to throw up anyway.
Exactly.
He's watch this.
It's
an inside joke only to
himself. He knew.
He's I'm going to get her in so much trouble.
Yep. He knew that little it was the smallest. It was such a ridiculously small piece of paper. I can't even believe it. But his stomach was that sensitive. Yeah. So I still to this day cannot have orange soda because of that. And I bet Sister Lily, I'm sure you're the same way. And I know that Eric is the same way as well. We were all low-key traumatized by the orange soda barfing incident.
The orange soda incident of 2007.
Yeah, that famous one. Yeah. So I didn't get in a ton of trouble, but the adults were all mad at me because they were all, because everyone's oh, Grace dared him.
This is an injustice.
Yes. Owen, that was on you. You dared me to dare you. So I was just saying yes to a dare, really. Another time, Eric, we were at our camp on the deck. Luckily, these all happened outside, but Owen was drinking a root beer and Eric made him laugh so hard that he started vomiting root beer to the deck. So
How dare you, Eric?
Yeah, I'm not the only one who has made him barf up
really
soda.
Funny.
That one, I would say it's half my fault. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel if anything, you're the victim. You fell for it.
Yeah, he trapped me. He suckered me. And now I can't drink orange soda to this day. So he ruined orange soda for me.
It's a
he
shame.
Got me in trouble.
Shame.
Yeah. I felt ashamed. Yeah, I did feel guilty. I'm like, yeah, I guess in hindsight, I should have.
You should have known.
I should have known not to dare him. But it's like, I don't know. He said it. I didn't know just how
He
sensitive.
just wanted to be included.
Yeah, and I want to include him. You know, I'm not going to leave him out and be like, oh, sorry, you're too sensitive. So I'm like, if he wants to eat this paper, by God, he's going to eat this paper. And he did for a moment in time and then immediately threw it up. Pizza secret. I've been saving that one for a while for like when we were already being gross in an episode. So this is perfect.
It's added to the pile of gross things that we've said today.
Yeah, that one's for you, Owen.
All
All right. And with that, I think the horse train can safely move towards the station because we're at the end.
We're at the end of this episode.
We're done.
If you like this episode and you want to tell us about it, you can write to us at weirdsofeather@gmail.com. You can DM us at weirdsofeather. We are on the TikTok, kind of. We have a website now, weirdsofeather.com. You can donate to us at ko-fi/weirds.com. God damn it, .com/weirdsofeather.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it, right?
We have merch on our website.
Yeah.
And we are in the process of setting up a Patreon. So you've got that to look forward to.
Yeah, we've got this new pod loft and
we're
going to
pod
be
loft. We're
bringing more guests down here now that we can fit them in the same room as us.
Yep. It's not 1,005 degrees.
Yep.
I'm excited.
We got lots of things. This fall is going to be big.
It's going to be a big fall.
Yeah.
Big fall for the Woof.
Oh, yeah.
So you got plenty of stuff to look forward to. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, just reach out to us. There's plenty of stuff. Oh, there's also a Facebook group I didn't talk about.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
We got to get out of here.
But we got to get out of here.
Yeah. Nice turkey.
No.
What is that one?
It's a flamingo.
Oh. Do it again.
Oh, wait.
Something like that.
It was like a honk almost.
Yeah.
Like
No, now we just sound like we're dying.
No, it doesn't. We don't sound like birds.
Not good.
We're actually getting worse at our bird.
See ya.
Wait. Okay, bye. Bye.